What is up, guys? Welcome to my 2024 relationship marketing talk. Right? Today's workshop is really for those people who say that they don't like marketing, right? Maybe they're afraid, they don't know what to do, or maybe they are even overwhelmed and want something easier. The truth is, there's endless ways and endless marketing ideas. Just turn my phone on. But what I've come up with here is a solid plan that I've actually been doing myself, right? It's a bit different because we are not going to be just out there telling people about our services and our prices, and we have openings this week. Is everybody here a massage therapist? I'm not sure. There might be some other people who aren't, who are joining. This talk is going to be mostly geared towards massage therapists, but this is really good for any service provider at all. If anybody is able to turn their cameras on, that would be amazing. I love seeing people's faces when I'm doing these. It helps me out. Like I said, we're not just going to be out there telling everybody that we have appointments open and hoping that they book, because ultimately, when it comes to marketing, we want to build connection and relationship. And we want to continue to nurture those relationships, right? Business is all about relationships. Honestly, every business book that I read literally helps me do better in my marriage. It's crazy. The better you are at relationships and genuine connection, the better you're going to be at business. And so this marketing plan is going to focus on 4 things. First, relationships. Second, connection. Third, building community. And fourth, ultimately, that's going to lead to trust, right? Trust that you are the solution to the person's problem. So we're going to go over networking. We're going to go over live events. We're going to go over social media, and we're going to go over email. We're going to go over how these things tie together to make marketing so easy for you to do. You see, when it comes to these strategies, my mindset with all of them is to give first. I am showing up to serve. So that's the mindset I want to have in my marketing, right? When I was marketing for this event, I believe I was giving a ton of value in my videos that then led to this event, right? So I'm giving advice, I'm giving first in my marketing, right? I'm focused on giving without expectations whatsoever, right? I am showing up to be helpful with these tips. I am here to give, not to take, right? That's the goal, especially with the first thing we're going to talk about, which is networking. Do you guys do any networking groups now? Are you into any like professional networking groups? Just raise your hand if you are, or in the comments if anybody wants to comment that you are. Here's my top goals with networking. Again, remembering that I am showing up wherever I am to serve. Can you guys hear me okay? First goal when it comes to networking, and we're talking about professional networking groups, right? I just went to one yesterday, is I want to get known. I want to meet as many people as I possibly can. Because people can't do business with me if they don't know that I exist. Yes? I need as many people as I can to know that I exist. Right? So that's goal number 1, is just to get known. Goal number 2 is I want to expand my network. It's similar, but I want to meet cool people. I want to develop friendships here. Professional friendships, and possibly move into deeper friendships. The more people I know, the more opportunities I open myself up to. Where do opportunities come from? In the chat, I want you guys to write. Where do you think opportunities come from? Let's see if anybody gets this one right. Connections? Yes, close. Referrals? Yes, close. They come from people. All opportunities come from people, right? In the fall last year, there we go, Vicky. People, did you write that after I said that though? You wrote that after I said that. No, I'm just playing. Last fall, it seemed like opportunities were coming to me from everywhere, and it's because I was doing the things that I'm going to be teaching in this class, right? And in the fall, someone needed me to do a massage on an NFL player, and so they couldn't do it, so they referred me, right? A professional boxer, Andre Berto, was looking for a stretch therapist. People online pointed him to me, right? I met a person at one of my stretch classes who works for the Raiders. She had an NBA executive out here who needed a massage. She referred me. All these opportunities came from people that I network with. So the more people I know and build connections with, the more opportunities to come, the luckier that I get. Because I felt really lucky, but it's just because I'm networking constantly with people. The third goal I'm going to go after is who can I partner with? Right? Who are my, there's marketing partners and there's referral partners. So who are my partners, right? I just did a chair massage event that we got hired for. It was about over $5,000 in revenue for this event. But the person that hired us has a service where they partner with online Shopify stores. So when somebody goes online and they don't buy something, their system and their software then sends that person a card with like a deal or like 20% off or some sort of advertisement that reminds them to go back and buy, right? So they were trying, there was a big networking function trade show. They're trying to get people up to this suite. So the massage was the draw. We were the draw to get people up there. Now they partnered with another company who has the same clientele. They serve the same clientele, but they are not competing services. And that guy spent $500,000 last year on a booth to try to get in front of people. But instead, they decided they were going to partner up and market together since they had the same target. They had the guy who spent $500,000 last year spend $3,000 this year on a room. They got all the people up to the room. They didn't have to pay anything for the room. It was free for them to do it. They just had to get people up there. So this is a great marketing partner relationship, right? I'm also looking for referral partners as well. So good people like that are going to be physical therapists, chiropractors, personal trainers, acupuncturists, doctors. Believe it or not, doctors can refer people to us quite a bit. Lawyers, right? If your target is runners, in the chat, I want you guys to put down what your target market is and see if I can come up with some ideas for you. If your target is runners, right? I met a person through networking who owns and organizes races. So that's a great referral partner for me to grow my business, right? And I can add value to them at their races, and they can add value to me by putting on the races, right? So if your target market is family and kids, who are the other people who market to family and kids? One thing that comes into my head, there's a place out here called, I forget what it's called, but they do midwife and doula services. And so this would be a great marketing and referral partner for me. And I can go there and do chair massage and offer and add value to them, right? And possibly if I develop that relationship, then they'll start referring people to me if they don't already have therapists that work there. Is chronic tension, headaches, people who lean toward holistic therapies and also work from home. So work from home, that's a tougher one because they're not out, but you get what I'm saying here though, right? You can find your target market. These target markets, just to let you know, are a little bit broad. So I want to challenge you guys to get a little bit more specific in your target market. People with chronic tension and headaches is a very broad category, right? This isn't technically going to be a course about niching down, but that's very close to I go after anyone, right? The more targeted we can get, the easier this is to do and identify, right? So a good target market would be families and kids, because we're looking for places where people are a part of communities or groups that are easy to target. Just an example, completely not in my talk today. UGG boots. Do you guys know where those what their first target market was? Their first target market, because what are they known for now? They're known for it's a women's boot, right? And it seems like a very broad, but their initial target market was surfers. And they became the best in their industry, in their market, for surfers. They wanted to create a boot that was great for keeping surfers' feet warm, and they became the best at doing that. And then that target market expanded them into other target markets, right? And so we don't go after everybody and then try to find our niche. We niche down, speak directly to those people, and then that will take us to other target markets. I specifically speak to massage therapists, but in my videos, hairstylists resonate with my content, you know, handymen resonate with my content. Like even though I'm not like excluding other people from booking with me or coaching with me. It's just I'm very targeted about who I'm speaking to. Does that make sense? So if we can niche down a little bit more, it'll be a lot easier for you to come up with these types of where can I find these marketing partners? Okay, my fourth goal is who else can I help? Right? Again, I'm showing up to these networking groups to serve. Who can I refer to? Right? See, people can sniff out if you're here just to take from the group. You won't do well if that's the case. When I first started networking, there was a group I went to, and they encouraged doing one-on-ones, right? You go to the group and you meet people, and then you're like, we should meet up for coffee and just get to know each other more. So I met this dude, he seemed cool, scheduled a one-on-one to have coffee with him. Later that day, he texted me and was like, hey, are you interested in, changing insurance, or do you have insurance for this? I was like, yeah, honestly, I have a guy already, that I really like, that we're loyal to, but I just wanted to meet up with you and connect and just see if there's anything else I can do for you. He's like, yeah, I don't have time for that. He's like, I got to make sales, dude. So just cancel the meeting. But I will never refer that guy business ever. Right? Because he is there just to sell. He is there just to take from the group. We really need to have an attitude of service. We need to give and look for the opportunities to do that while we're here. That is attractive to people. The fifth goal is I want to be a connector. I want to be the person people come to when they need to find a good connection. This is what's good about me expanding my network and meeting people who offer other services or other products or anything like that, is I can add value to my network, my clients, my friends, my family, by knowing good people who offer great service, right? And I will help other people, and in the process, I will be more likely, like they will be more likely to think about me and refer opportunities to me. I don't make up the rules, right? This is just what it is. The sixth thing I want to do is I'm going to grow my personal brand here. And what do I mean when I say personal brand? What I mean is, what do I want people to say about me when I'm not around? Right? How am I showing up to these events? That's my personal brand. How do I make people feel in my presence? That is my personal brand. Do people feel like I actually care about helping them? That is my personal brand. Right? So I want you to think about who is like my coach will tell me, who's your favorite self? Because I want to make sure I'm becoming that person and doing what that person would do on a consistent basis. Right? I want to be trustworthy. I want to be helpful. I want to be caring, consistent, show up when I say I'm going to show up. Right? I want to be likable. One thing you want to pay attention to here too is how do you speak of other people when they aren't around? Are you gossiping about them and talking bad about people behind their back? Or will you be the person that people catch saying good things about people behind their back? Which one do you want to be, right? Which one do you think is more attractive and will get you more opportunities? If anybody else is available to put on your camera, I would love that. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here. The seventh goal of me doing these networking groups is I actually want to take advantage of opportunities that come. See, a byproduct of being known is that you will run into people eventually. You meet enough people, you'll run into people who need and want what you're offering. Recognize it and take advantage of it. Right? Don't be so focused on giving that you aren't good at receiving either. Being a good and gracious receiver is just as important as being a great giver. Don't repel opportunities that come your way. Take advantage of them. That's not the initial reason why I'm here. I'm showing up to give, I'm showing up to serve, but I will take advantage of any opportunities that come my way through this process. Right, so those are my top 7 goals when it comes to professional networking. But would you guys agree that networking is more than just going to professional groups? Here are some other ways that you can network. Birthday parties, going to birthday parties, church events, or serving days, right? You meet some of the best people here. Going to expos as a guest, right? Like walking around any networking expo or trade show as a guest and meeting people. Masterminds, kids sports. I met my interior designer from my kids' baseball games. So she got business from that. She also started seeing me for massage as well. Any sporting event you go to, weddings, anywhere that there is one or more persons is a chance for you to expand your network. Be intentional about this, right? Is anybody in here in the comments, are you making more than $8,000 a month in your own business? Not if you have a job, and I want to know in your own business, are you making more than $8,000 a month? A simple yes or no is fine. Okay. Because if you're making more than $8,000 a month and that's covering all your bills and stuff, then you might not need to worry about this as much. But I'm assuming you guys are all here because we want to grow our business and we need to be intentional about that. So these types of events are great for that. What I love about them is we're literally just there to connect. We're just there to get to know each other. We may find out what the other person does, right? Like I said, I met my interior designer at my son's baseball team. But that's not the sole purpose of that relationship, isn't to sell. But so often it will lead to that, right? Because I'm just going after connection. Well, now I have somebody else who knows what I do. Even if they're not going to book with me, they might know somebody who does. And where do opportunities come from? People. That's what I'm talking about, Brittany. I felt the energy, I felt the energy. That's where they come from. I know. Here's what I get from a lot of people when I recommend this strategy. I have social anxiety, right? I'm nervous in front of people. Well, that won't get better by you doing nothing. So if you want to grow your business, it is time to start doing some exposure therapy, right? You got to get out there. Brittany, here's the thing. I bet you don't. Because you jumped on camera and you talked to me just fine and you were very personable, right? So I don't know who told you you're not good at talking to people, but I had a great interaction with you right now. I feel your energy through the camera. You have a great energy. Like, I can already tell if I met you at a networking group, I would immediately be connected with you and I would just like being around you. Right? So I don't know where that's coming from or why you think that's true. Because here's the deal. I have social anxiety as well. Nobody would know that about me though, because I don't allow it to stop me from doing the thing. When I go to networking groups, especially when I first started, dude, I would sweat. My palms are sweaty. I'm nervous, especially when I have to get up and do my 30-second commercial. It's I still happens to me. I still get nervous every time I'm about to stand up and talk. My heart's beating so fast. Look, you can frame that as anxiety if you want to, or you can frame that as excitement. They show up the same way, right? Heart starts beating fast, get a little sweaty. It just depends on how we're going to interpret it. But it doesn't get better if you just stay home and do nothing. You got to get out there and actually do something. Okay? So that's networking. It must be done. If you're not, especially because again, I frame this class as people who don't want to, like they're afraid of social media. They don't want to be posting and doing things like this on camera, like I'm doing right now, or talking directly to the camera. Networking is key. The second thing, live events. And again, just going back, everything we're doing here is after relationship, connection, community, and ultimately building trust. So live events, there's many things, but this specifically right now, we're going to talk about chair massage or expos where you are actually renting a booth, right? You bought a booth, you bring in a chair or a table to promote your service. If you're in a different industry, you're there promoting your service. Now, I am still showing up to serve, but I am also intentionally trying to get clients here, right? I don't know about you, but I don't have time or money to be spending that doesn't get a return on investment. Would you agree? Yeah. So here's how we're going to make these events successful. Here's a little bit of tips on how to make it successful. First, we're going to offer free samples. Again, we're showing up to serve. We are giving first. Here's a free sample of what I do. So typically we're going to do like 5 minutes, 10 minutes free chair massage, depending on the line, right? Now, for those of you, if you don't have something to give away for free, like massages, it's clutch for us. It's super easy for us. You can make your booth fun and interactive. This is also good advice for massage therapists as well. Like there was one lady, I went to this networking expo as a vendor. She did a dice game with people. She did mortgages, loans. So she did a dice game with people. And if they played, they got a free pen and a notebook and some candy in a little bag, right? And if they won on the first roll, then they got a $5 Starbucks gift card, which I think she gave away like one that night. At the same time, she's talking with people and showing her personality, having fun with them, right? That's what I loved about this game idea, is how much fun people were having at her booth in this simple little tray she had on her table with 2 dice. It was like she had the most interaction with people, and I loved every second of it because I was right across from her, right? She's showing her personality, she's having fun with them, and she's booking appointments for interested people now. She also made it a point for anybody who played the game, they had to give them their name, phone number, and email in exchange for that, basically that free gift. That everybody got a gift, right? So in exchange for that and playing, she got their contact info. Now, based on her interaction with people and her interaction with me, and how I could see how much she cared about helping people, especially veterans, I'd refer her to anyone, right? Anyone looking for a home loan. I tried to connect her with another veteran realtor and thought they'd be a great referral partner for each other as well. But this is how I'm showing up to serve at these networking functions, right? I didn't ask for anything from her. I didn't ask her to book an appointment. I'm just making connections. Now, I love seeing her at these events. She's always happy, and if she's not, even if she's not, I mean, she's an absolute joy to be around. Which, Brittany, I can just imagine that's how you are in real life. So You want people to look forward to seeing you, right? This is why how you show up is so important. So, goal number one at these events, goal number one is I want to book clients today. I know you guys have probably seen a lot of people talk about chair massage events, and they're like, oh, we're going to offer them free samples and get them on our email list and yada, yada, and then we can follow up and then maybe down the line. Forget that. I need appointments now. I don't have money. I probably spent $250 on this booth. I'd like to make that up in appointments today. That's my goal. Okay. The second thing is we're going to get people on the email list to continue that relationship long term. And we're going to talk about emails a little bit more in depth later. The third thing, because we're getting people on our email list in exchange for the free massage. So you do not get a free massage unless you are giving me your name, phone number, and email. At least name and email. That doesn't happen, right? You don't want to give me your email? It's $1 a minute, $2 a minute, because I need a way to be in contact with you in the future. Okay. So we have to make sure we're getting people's emails and contact info so that we can develop and nurture those relationships long term. The third thing I want to do is I want to get exposure and get known. I want to meet as many people as possible. The fourth thing is I want to meet the other vendors, right? It's not just the people walking around. I can go walk around and meet the vendors before and after the event and network with them. And the fifth thing is just going back to the original networking goals. When I'm doing that, I'm here to find marketing partners and referral partners, to find other people to add to my network so that I can add value to my clients and my friends and my family. And again, this specifically, I'm here to book appointments today. And I'm also here and I'm open to anything, any opportunities that come my way. I was just meeting people and networking with people and catching up with people at an event. One lady that I absolutely love, who I met through networking, introduced me to her daughter, who was a teacher at school. That daughter was like, oh my gosh, you're a massage therapist? We're having an event at school. We would love to hire you to do chair massage for our teachers. Great. I'm so happy. So I took advantage of that opportunity, right? That came my way. Be open to those. Be looking for those. Don't be shut off to those type of things. Okay. Now that is in another class. I do not have time to do it today. In another class, I will absolutely, it'll probably be a paid class, nothing over $50. I am happy to do a chair massage event breakdown where I show you exactly how I book 5 to 15 appointments at every single event that we do. It is incredible that nobody does this. I see so many people in the groups talking about how chair massage isn't effective. I use it so effectively for my marketing. It's insane. But that's got to be another class, right? It's too much information. But this is how you're gonna. This is some of my main goals going into these, where I'm showing up again to serve, to create relationships, to connect with people, build community, and ultimately build trust that I am the solution to somebody's problem. Other live event ideas, right? You can participate in other vendors, like other events, like these networking expos, which I love. However, you might also think about hosting your own events. That's crazy. It's a little bit more advanced, but it's amazing for building relationships, right? So block parties. In my neighborhood out here in Vegas, there is not, like, neighbors do not know each other, right? They just don't. I don't know where you guys are from. In the comments, if you can, type where you're from. I would love to know where you guys are from. Here in Vegas, it's very hard for like almost no neighbors know each other. I know all of my neighbors, because for 2 years, twice a year, Jonathan Dallas, love it. I actually know another stretch therapist in Dallas, Los Angeles, Honolulu. I need to get there, dude. I need to get there. Where else? I know there's other people in here. Comment below where you guys are from. I would love to know. So I hosted a block party 2 times a year, and I did it again last October after taking a break for like 4 years. And at my last one, 85 people showed up. Right? People are dying for connection and community. Literally nobody knows their neighbors out here, but 85 people showed up to get to know their neighbors. What's great about me being the host is I met 85 people. Right? The other neighbors, they met 1 or 2 people, 3, and then they kind of clicked up and didn't meet anybody else. But me as the host, I met 85 new people. And they're coming to me. It's so easy and less awkward for me to meet people because they want to meet the person who threw the block party. So that was great. I book clients from these block parties. That is not my intention, right? My intention is to help the neighborhood strengthen the feeling of community. But I still book people because I'm open to the opportunities. And now I've opened myself up to 85 new possible opportunities. Another thing you can do is just like park days, picnics for friends and family. Super easy. You bring the burgers, they bring a dish, you guys hang out at the park. Client appreciation events, huge, right? You can rent a movie theater, you can go bowling, or you can do it at the park. My midwife, we had 2 kids at home. She has a client appreciation event every year at the park. Every year at the park. And invites all her clients that she's ever had. Do you think that has helped her business over time? I mean, she'll have hundreds of people at this event. She provides the main dishes. She'll bring like a balloon artist. She has another person who's entertaining the kids while the parents just mix and mingle. Do you think that this event leads to more business for her? I think it does, right? And it definitely, at least once a year, keeps her top of mind for the people who are coming to that event. I did a Wet and Wild event, client appreciation event, and also invited friends and family and other people that I've been networking with as well, just again, to build that community, right? Your birthday party, you throw a birthday party and invite people. I had anxiety around this for a long time because I had like PTSD from nobody showing up. But once I got better at inviting people, I actually had 15 people show up to my last out of 23, which was a huge win for me. And again, the goal here is connection, relationship, trust. Inviting people to my house for events, fights, birthday parties, right? Maybe you're starting your own group on meetup.com where you're actually the person who's, if you're in the, depends on what your target market is. Some people want to get together for yoga. One massage therapist I know is also a yoga instructor, so she'll do free yoga classes and host those events. She gets clients from that. Or you can just simply get involved and become a part and add value to other people's communities. If you guys are in the massage entrepreneurs group, that is not my group. I did not start that group. I did not own that group. I am an admin in that group. All I do is add value to that group. That's it. The bottom line is that in-person events are key to connection and community, right? They help strengthen relationships and they give people the feeling of being a part of something. You do this, you win at life. Not just at business, you win at life, right? If people trust you to do a good job at what you do or offer, many will come to see you. That's not the expectation. I have no expectation of these relationships. That's just what ends up happening. Jonathan, I appreciate you being here, man. Okay. The third thing we're going to talk about is social media. This is where this ties together nicely. Okay. Because this is the amplifier, right? We use social media to amplify our in-person marketing. I love this so much. So we go to the networking groups, right? And we do the live events, and we take the stuff that we're doing in person, we record bits of it, and we post them online. It's literally that easy. So we're going to networking groups. We're taking pictures while we're there. We're taking pictures with people who are there that you just met. We're taking pictures of the speakers. We're posting a video maybe of us talking about any nuggets or gems that we learned from the person who was speaking that day, right? This is all content. Eventually, you're going to get a chance to speak at those groups. Highly recommend it. You're going to get to speak to the people about what you do. You're going to take pictures of that or have somebody else take pictures of you up there speaking. You're going to take video of that and post it online. This is, now we're taking, okay, so I think that's coming up soon, right? The next thing you're going to do that I recommend is you're going to go live on social media. Is that scary? Vicky, you scared of that? Yeah? Well, we're going to make it really easy because I'm scared of it too. You don't think I'm nervous right now? I'm nervous right now. Don't seem like it? Yeah. You don't know. I'm shaking right now. Okay. So if that makes you feel better, hope it does. We're going to go live, right? You're there to the social media is there to amplify what you're doing in person, right? When I did my talk, I did a talk a couple of in mid-January at a networking group. There was 15 people there, right? So I got the opportunity to speak to 15 people and open myself up to 15 new connections, right? I went live on TikTok at the same time. I put it off to the side. I wasn't engaging. I was already doing the thing, right? I'm doing the thing already. I'm speaking to people. Put the camera up over here to the side. An additional 1,800 people saw me speak about my subject that day. You see how that could be effective? See, the main thing, we are simply documenting our day. We are just showing people a little bit of our daily lives. If you go to my Instagram today, you'll see all the things I did yesterday. This could be networking group stuff. This could be behind the scenes content at work. Here's where I'm at. Here's what I'm doing type of content, right? Just went here. You have to check this place out. This place is amazing, right? And what am I doing here as well? I'm adding value. I'm referring people to somebody else's business or a restaurant or something that I went to, right? Maybe you're going to post that you're working out today, which as a massage therapist, you should be working out. It should be part of, that's something that we should be recommending to our clients and something that we should be doing every day or several times a week. So post it. People want to look, don't ask me why reality TV is a thing. Okay. People love it. I get more engagement from my personal posts from people than my business posts. I get more referrals from my personal Facebook than any of my business Instagrams or anything like that. It's because I'm just focused on connection with people, showing them my life, showing them tidbits of what I do here and there, and then I end up getting referrals from this. When somebody says, hey, who's the massage therapist that you know? I'm top of mind because I post regularly. You know how many realtors I know? Like 100. But there's only a couple that are top of mind. And it's because we have a relationship of some sort that I refer those people. Not only do we have a relationship and we're connected, but I also do trust that they are good at what they do, right? So we want to post things that do that, right? That build that trust. So beyond just documenting our day, other content we want to do is we want to do demo content. This is really, really easy, right? We want to create content of you performing your craft or service. This can be 15-second clips, 30-second clips, up to a minute. It does not need to be a 5-minute video. If you literally get a tripod, I have mine over here. You get a tripod, put your phone on it, and just record you working on somebody's neck for 5 minutes. That could literally be 5 to 7 different videos, because we're going to post 7-second clip of it. We're going to post a 30-second clip of it. I'm going to get into it in a little bit, but most people don't see your content. You would literally post the same thing over and over and over again in the same days, and different people will see it. Like, we don't have to like over judge this, okay? So stop judging it. Just shoot it, a quick edit, and post it. Right? I was on a coaching call yesterday. She's like, I think my content looks like a third grader did it. I was like, look, I'd rather it look like a third grader than it be nothing. Right? I would rather somebody see your third grader content than somebody see nothing from you and you hope that people are going to come in and see you. The thing about editing, I don't know how many people are actually doing a lot of social media content, is we need to get frequent before we get great. But a couple of easy options. Number one, Opus, OPUS, is a super easy editor. It's AI. They give you a free hour that you can test. So you could, like, I'll clip this video, right? I'll download this video. It's going to be an hour or whatever it ends up being. I'll put it into Opus and it'll give me 30 clips automatically without me doing anything. And it'll put captions in there as well. OPUS. I just started messing with it. It's decent, right? Out of those 30 clips, I might get 7 or 8 that are actually good that I want to post. But it's like $6 a month after I pay for it. It's nothing, right? The next option is CapCut. CapCut makes it really, really easy to do it yourself. Again, they have so many templates. I posted a video on my TikTok and probably on my Instagram of me literally making a video in 1 minute where I just I touched 5 different videos. I edited it right there and actually downloaded it and posted it in under 2 minutes. It doesn't take a long time. So if you want to just have something to post, CapCut is a really great editor. It's also good if you want to like edit it yourself and not use one of the templates. So easy to use. Go to YouTube, look up how to edit for beginners with CapCut. And there's many, many videos that break it down and make it so easy for you to do. I call this just the demo content. I call it lazy marketing because it's so easy. It's like the bare minimum of what you should be doing, but it works. When I'm shooting these videos, I want to make sure that this looks like something that people want. CapCut, yes, CAPCUT. So how do you get permission for the clients to record? Literally just ask. Now, I do not ask everybody, okay? So these are paying clients. Honestly, some of my clients come in and like, hey, I want to be in one of your videos. Will you record our session? When you record enough videos, that will start happening to you. So those are a blessing, because absolutely. But I just worked on my client who was doing her story is amazing. And I just told her, like, look, would you mind if I recorded some of our session today? Because you're 65 and you're about to go to Tokyo for a marathon. And I want to tell a little bit of your story because I just think you're amazing. And she was like, yeah, that'd be great. I was like, perfect. And make sure you send me a picture of you while you're out there so I can put it in the video. And she was totally on board. So easy. A lot of clients don't care. They're like, look, I just want to record like 1 to 5 minutes of me working on you. I won't get your face in it if you don't want to. A lot of people don't care. It's very rare that somebody's told me no when I ask. Okay, the other option is if you have an opening in your schedule, you can get somebody in for free. I will offer like a free half hour or free hour if you allow me to record the session. And so you're coming in with the goal of me recording content. I'm going to offer a free hour, and then I get tons of content from this. Tons. Right? Because you're not paying for it. I don't have to worry about me stopping and taking my hands off of you and moving the camera to a different angle. And this is a great way. That's also a great way just to reactivate people who haven't been in. right? If there's a client that hasn't been in a while, hey, I have an opening tomorrow at 2. Would you mind coming in for an hour? I'll give you a free massage if you allow me to record content. I have reactivated clients from this. And then they start coming back in regularly because while they're there, I am trying to impress them as well. I want it to look good on camera, and I want you to come back. Even though if they don't, no big deal. Okay? So we're going to be documenting our day. We're going to be doing demo content. We're going to be using live video to amplify what we're doing in person. If you're at a chair massage networking thing where you got a booth somewhere, go live. Put the camera off to the side. You're not even interacting with the people online. You can if you want to, but they're just there watching a reality TV show of you interacting with clients and doing chair massage that day. And it's just something that's there that keeps you top of mind when it comes time for them to make that decision to get a massage. And it's easy. I don't know if Instagram does it, but I think they do, and other like Facebook does as well. But you can download that live video if you want, clip it up, and post it as well. Is this hard? Does this sound hard? I hope I'm making this easy because the goal of this is to be easy, right? So we're taking our in-person stuff, recording it, posting tidbits about our day, and posting it on social media. Going live is I don't even know why I'm not. I should be going live right now. That's a mistake. That's a mistake on my part. But I want to give you guys my full attention because it can be distracting. Okay. So the next type of content you're going to post is, again, this is a little bit more advanced and you don't have to implement this right away, but I do want you to get here eventually. Okay. Focus on the other things that I talked about, but get to the point where you can start telling stories in your content. This can be a voiceover, so you can be actually showing a video of you massaging somebody, but telling a story so you don't have to be on camera. You can tell a story about something. What do I mean by stories? Or let me go back, or you can actually be talking to the camera and telling the story like this, okay? That's, again, a little bit more advanced, maybe a little bit more scary for you guys. I don't have any issue with it now today, but for sure, it wasn't as easy as it was 4 years ago, or it's easier now than it was 4 or 5 years ago because I've actually done it. So what do I mean by tell stories? I mean like client stories. You could be personal stories, family stories, realizations that you had, lessons that you learned, right? And we tie these things in to something, right? This is going to be clutch for email marketing that we're going to do here as well, right? People love stories. It humanizes your brand. You've heard me tell a couple of stories in this talk, which helps you relate to the information that I'm talking to. It's more engaging than me just spitting out facts, right? When I tell the story, when I say you don't want to show up at networking and just take from the group, and then I tell the story about the insurance guy who did it, it hits harder, it lands better, it's more engaging, right? It humanizes your brand. It helps you to build trust. It builds emotional connection and engages your audience. Stories, they inspire action, right? They're memorable for people. My friend of mine was telling me, he's like, I literally read this story in a book. He told me like a 5-minute story. He's like, bro, I remember this story word for word. That's how good the story was. And he just like read it one time, you know? But ultimately, they make you, your brand, and your information more interesting and easy to listen to. If I didn't have stories in this talk, you guys would be bored out of your mind. I'm just here, do this, do this, do this, do this. Here's what's next. I got to interject stories, even just that little one about me telling my friend, right? The thing is, when it comes to telling stories in your marketing, they do not need to be long. One story I told that is in an ad now, I told the story, I posted some back and forth clips of me talking and then me doing massage. is I told a story of a client who cried on my table, right? And most people will tell stories like, I had a client come in the other day, and when I was massaging her, I was going down her back, and I hit a spot, and she let out a sigh of relief and said, right there. Shortly after that, she started crying. And she told me that it's been about 12 years that she's been getting massages and nobody has hit this spot. And just from a little bit of communication with her, and I made it comfortable for her to speak up, we were able to find it in one session. Right? That's the story that most people will tell. The only switch, right? Here's the framework, is we go BAM, part of the story, and then lesson, right? So all I did was I took the middle and I said, a client cried on my table today. That's the hook, right? That's the BAM part of the story. A client cried on my table today. I was massaging her, and when I went, and then the story, right? I was massaging her, and then I went down her back. When I came over this spot, yada, yada, yada. Then she started to cry. And then here's the lesson. Through communication, we were able to find that spot today in one session, right? So that all it is taking a simple switch when you tell your story is take that BAM part of the story, right? The part that is the best, that you're trying to lead to. It's the same thing when I gave advice to my friend who does these electric tables. I told him, show the finished product, show how cool the freaking table is, move that to the beginning of the table, because the beginning of the video is just him sanding wood. I'm like, take it, put that in the beginning, the finished product, so they know what they're about to look forward to, and it'll hook them in better, right? So it's the same thing, right? Okay, so now you're posting regularly, right? We're going to networking events, we're going to live events, or maybe we're even hosting them eventually. We're going live, we're posting about our day, we're posting regularly. As you're going through your week, you need to be paying attention to the lessons and the thoughts that you're having. Brittany, I'm gonna come back to your question in a minute. Right? So when you're in your week, you don't realize it because you're not conscious of it probably. There's tons of ideas that you have that come up for content. There's tons of lessons that you're learning that come up for content. Get out your notes app in your phone, put content ideas in the notes app, and start writing these ideas down. These ideas are going to be great for social media content, but they're going to be great for emails as well, right? We're going to use those posts or a conversation you had to write about it in the email. Let's go. Right, I got a thing in here. I got like 300 something ideas over the years. I haven't used most of them, but I continue to put them in there. So if I'm not in creative mode and I don't have ideas that just pop that I can take advantage of, then I can go to this list and re-jog my memory about something that I could write about or post about or anything like that. What is considered posting regularly? What do you think it's considered? Like what is your idea of posting consistently and regularly? In the comments, I want you guys to write that right now. Like if you have your own idea of like what is consistent, what is regular, because I think this is a pretty subjective answer. I'm going to give you my answer, but I want to hear what you have to say as well. 3 times per week, okay. Once a week. Janelle says once a week. That's regular. I mean, look, is it more than you're doing now? You know. Andrew says it depends on what you're trying to get across. I started with 1 post and then 2, and now I'm comfortable with 3 a week. 3 a week, I guess. Vicky, is that what you're saying? 3 a week? All right. Well, how often do you think I post? Look, I am not even as consistent as most of these people on here. And I think a lot of people think I post a crazy amount. Like some of these people who have millions of followers. I remember I was following one dude and he's like, yeah, I post for months, for a year, I posted 25 videos a day. I was like, dude, there's no freaking way. Yeah, but I mean, he's got a couple million followers now and he's crushing it. So I think with this marketing strategy, you can post every day because we're just showing our life. Drinking coffee, we're freaking, brushing our teeth, I'm working out, I'm going somewhere. Here's a cool thing I saw today. Here's a sunset. Like, we're just showing our day here in a lot of this content. We're just showing our life. I don't know if you have kids, but I post like my stories. I don't typically do posts and stuff where it stays there very long. But in my stories, I'm posting behind the scenes of my life. That's my goal. I'm just showing my life. Go to my Instagram. Not right now. Not right now. But later. Actually, I'm going to pull it up right now. Let's see. So here, I post a picture of my notebook and the thing that I'm doing right now. I get like a high talking to business owners, service providers about their business. Dude, Calendly, I must have been living under a rock. Look, I've seen people use it, but I just started using it myself. Game changer. Got my washer and dryer installed in my new suite yesterday. We are 2.5 hours away from my marketing class. That's into this morning. But I mean, none of that's crazy. It's just me showing my life, my personality, things I'm doing. I get engagement from that. People are commenting on these things. They're engaging with me through comments, right? I'm maintaining relationships through that type of content. And then we're going to get to, I didn't put it in here. I also want to be commenting and engaging with other people on their social media. That's the game changer. The more I engage with them, the more they'll engage with me. It's crazy. Just from me engaging with other people, genuinely, I'm not just commenting bullcrap, right? I'm not just responding to, if I don't actually have anything useful to say to that, I won't say it, right? So I'm going on, but I'm looking for opportunities to engage with people that I'm following and that are following me. And when I do that, look, one time I did that, I booked 2 appointments just from me commenting on other people's stuff. It wasn't even from stuff I posted. It just reminded them that I was alive. And they're like, oh, hey, Michael, actually, I need a massage. I'm like, oh, great. Because even though that's not my intent is just to connect and engage and build relationship. I'm also open to the opportunities that come my way, right? I'm gonna get to what my goal is for what I post and what I think you guys should do in a minute. I'm gonna go over my marketing plan here in a minute. Sorry, I know this is going longer than an hour. If you guys have to go, there will be a recording available for 7 days. I'd appreciate it if you stay, so I'm not talking to nobody. But we're almost there. The last thing you need to be doing on your social media is posting about freebies to subscribe to your email list. Okay, we need an email list. So we need to create some sort of lead magnet, right? This is a valuable piece of content that you give your audience for free in exchange for their name and email address. This is how you capitalize on social media. This is how I got you guys here today. I offer this class for free in exchange for your name and email address. That's the freebie offer for right now, right? So lead magnet examples. Lead magnet examples are going to be a free guide of some sort, a free workbook. I also have a free pricing workbook that I give away for free. And I make content around that to promote that, right? And I collect people's names, phone numbers, and emails to get into my email list, right? So it could be a cheat sheet, right? 3 little things you can do, to turn your groggy mornings into gratifying days. right? A checklist of some sort to keep track or progress of something. Plus, it's like satisfying to check things off a list. The thing is, just start with one. It could be a discount offer for a first-time visit. It could be $20 off or $30 off for a first visit. I have some hairstylist coaching clients that I'm with that are working with me, and we're offering a free haircut as their freebie offer in exchange for name, phone number, and email. And they're booking appointments off of that offer as well. Right? The point is we're offering something of value to get them to want to opt in and agree to hear from us more. And because this leads right into the last thing we're going to do is email. Right? You need an email software to do this. Right? This is not your booking software. This is not Gmail or Yahoo account. This is an outside software that allows you to write one email and send it to hundreds or thousands of people at one time. The email software that I use is Flowdesk, right? This is it's especially great for beginners because it's really, really easy to use. It's really clean and seamless, and I think the emails are beautiful looking. I don't know if you guys agree. I mean, you're getting them, so you can tell me. No problem, Vicky. So you could use Flowdesk. I have a code for 50% off in my link tree in any of my socials. I'll send that in the follow-up email that I have. Another one is Active Campaign, which is a little bit more robust. So if you're a beginner, I don't know that I would recommend that one. MailerLite is one, and MailChimp. I think MailChimp is free up to like so many contacts. But any of those will be fine. Again, I use Flowdesk, right? But you need some sort of email software that you can keep track of these people, that you can create landing pages and opt-in pages. I will also link the person who helped me set this up. She has a course on how to do this. It's how I got good at email. So I'll link that in the follow-up email as well, because I'm not going to do a full class on email. But now they've opted in, and you can now nurture those relationships long-term, right? Networking is awareness. Live events is awareness. Social media we use to amplify what we're doing in person. And all of these should have the goal of leading people to our email list, because that is where we're going to nurture these relationships long term. That is where we're going to be able to stay in contact with hundreds of people long term. Now, I paid $25 yesterday to go to a networking breakfast, just to give you an idea of how important email is. There was 7 people there. So 7 people got introduced or reintroduced to me for $25. I have 1,181 followers on Instagram, right? I posted a story yesterday and it got 57 plays. I'm sorry, I posted a video yesterday and it got 57 plays. My first story that I posted got 102 views, right? That was free. Free. So I paid $25 for 7 people to see me, get to know me, for me to introduce myself to them. And then I also paid nothing for 102 people to get to see me and know me. Which one is better? I like the free. But I'm going to use that in-person stuff to have content to post that people can get to know me better. Because I want to get known, I want to get liked, and then I want to be trusted. That's the goal of all of this. Get known, build awareness, show people who I am. Do you like me? And then ultimately, I want you to trust that I am the solution to your problem, or that what I offer, you're confident that it will solve your problem. Okay? Now, picture 102 people in a room. It doesn't sound like, oh, you got 102 views. That doesn't sound like a lot. A lot of people disrespect 102 views. But picture 102 people in a room seeing what you do. That's a lot of people, right? Okay. So that's 8% of my followers on social media saw my post. 8%. That's actually high. The average social media post will get seen by your followers 2 to 3%. That's the average. Do you know what the average email is? The average email is about 20% of people will open your email. Ooh, comment. Brittany, don't go. No. All right. Thanks, Brittany. The average email, 20 people will see your email, right? I sent an email for this class. My list when I sent it was 286 people for like my business stuff. I have like 6,000 people on my email list total, but for my massage coaching type stuff, 286 people. 139 people opened it without any reminders. So that's just one email sent. That's 48.6% of my email list saw my post, saw my email. That is significantly less people on my email than on my social, and more people saw what I was doing from my email. Right? 102 views on social media, 139 opens with a fraction of the people who are on that list. That is why email is so important. It is not dead. It is one of the best tools that you can have in your business. And when you do it right, you can add some serious value to people's lives. You can really grow and nurture relationships with people when it's done right. So how do you do it right? That's a really great question. Thank you so much for asking that. You tell stories and you focus on giving value. Here's the framework. One email per week. We're going to be giving value, telling stories, sharing helpful tips, and we're not asking for anything. We are only showing up to give. And then one email per month will be a sale. Okay. So we're going to use the story framework, because stories engage and people love a good story. So we're going to tell stories in our email as much as possible. So the story framework, the email framework looks like this. And I'm going to go over an actual example of an email that I'm about to send that I created for this. Like literally when I was writing this talk, I'm like, all right, I'll just do it. I'll just write the email. So the story, we're going to make it relevant to the subject, right? We're going to make it relevant to the thing that we want. So we teach something, and then we offer a tool. This is for the sales email, okay? In the value add emails, you're going to use that BAM story lesson framework because we're not asking for anything. So we're going to talk about like this crazy thing happened. Here's the story about it. Here's what I learned. Have a great day. It's been great talking to you, right? Like we're just adding value there. For this one, this is for the sales email, that one a month that we're actually going to sell. We're going to tell a story, we're going to teach, and we're going to offer a tool, okay? The story is going to be relevant to the subject that we want to teach. Teaching will look like, here's 3 things I want to talk to you about. And the tool is the call to action or to buy my stuff, right? The tool is the massage that I offer. The tool is the oil that I offer. The tool is the thing that will solve this problem that I realized, right? But first we need to figure out the goal of the email, right? Is the goal of the email to book a massage? Is the goal of the email to buy a product, right? Wherever the goal of the email, that's the bottom of the email. That's the call to action at the end, okay? When we teach something, we're going to teach something. This is the middle part of the email. Here's 3 ways to prevent pain, right? This is the middle where we're actually teaching. And then the story is the beginning of the email. Now, don't be intimidated. This doesn't need to be like a long, drawn out story. It could literally be 1 to 2 sentences. Okay? So here's my email example of that I created for this. See, I thought all I needed to do was stretch and foam roll to prevent pain. I was about to give up thinking I'd be in pain forever. That's the story. Until I discovered these 3 things to prevent pain before it starts. 1, my diet. I didn't realize how much my diet was causing inflammation in my body. And so I simply cut out a few known triggers like gluten and fast food, and I feel so much better. 2, gentle strengthening is what I call it. I had a thought that I should feel better from my workout, not worse. Right? So I switched up my workout, lightened the weight. If there was pain, I stopped pushing through it. My shoulder pain is gone after only a few weeks of this. And the third is massage. You see, I used to get massages only when my body was killing me. I started going before I was actually in pain, and it has been a game changer. Now my energy is higher, I feel better, I'm way more productive, and I couldn't be happier about it. Now, if you're wanting similar results, I'm happy to share what I'm doing on your next massage appointment or in a future email. Get your massage scheduled at the link below so we can start working towards you being your best and favorite self. And then a link for the massage. That's a sales email. Book your massage was the point of the email, right? One email, one job. One email, one job. I am here for one purpose in this email, right? If you want people to book a massage, then that's your call to action. Only one link in your email, right? We're not going to be, oh, here's a link for this, here's a link for this, here's a link, here's like, this isn't a newsletter. Newsletters are okay, but they're not as engaging as stories and things like this, right? The goal of the other emails is simply add value, connect, build on the know, like, trust factor, right? I'm offering valuable information, my insights, my lessons, my life lessons that I've learned, things that I'm going through, right? I'm connecting with people in these emails, right? And when you do that, nobody's going to be mad that you actually offer something once a month or even twice a month. I have people from out of state who are engaging with me in my emails, and I absolutely love it. Right? I reconnected with an old coworker who randomly, after years of being on my email list, just randomly wrote me back and was like, dude, I love your emails. Right? We hopped on a phone call, started chatting. She actually came in a couple of weeks ago for a massage when she was visiting in Vegas from email. Right? So I truly hope that this has sparked some ideas in your head. I hope that this has made marketing yourself a little bit easier. Right? We are just planting seeds here. Every day we're planting seeds. We're watering them. We're nurturing them. That's what we can control. I can control my effort. I am not tied to the outcome. Right? I can't control the outcome. Marketing takes time, guys. Right? Growing a business takes time. Anyone you see that is successful did not end up that way overnight or because of like one viral video. Thank you so much for joining on this call. If you feel you are needing support or just guidance or accountability in your business, I am offering a free 45-minute consult. It's valued at $147. If that speaks to you, it's something you want to do, please reach out to me. I'll include a link to book on my calendar in the follow-up email that I'm going to send a little bit later. But I appreciate you guys being here. That's the end of that talk. Do you guys want me to go over my personal marketing plan for 2024? Does anybody have time to do that? I'm actually going to stop this recording.